And it must be disappointed to come here again and lose. I mean, what do you think was the main issue today?
The main issue, I don't think there was a main issue unless if the other team misses 2 penalties and you still lose within 5 penalties, that of course doesn't help. But I think in general, it was a game where we twice came 1-0 up, 1 goal up. And in my opinion, we controlled the game till the moment they scored the 2-2. And then all of a sudden, although we still had one big chance for Mo Salah, but we could have lost it in the end as well. But till that moment of the 2-1, I think there was every reason for me to expect that we would win this game. But after the 2-2, we were maybe lucky that we could go to penalties.
Is it something you've learned from today? It has been, even though you've not come away with the win, but you've learned something to go into the season with.
Yeah, but that's not something new. I think in the whole preseason we saw how that we are able to create more and we're more comfortable on the ball. We create more opportunities, chances. We dominate maybe even more. Last season we had a lot of ball possession, but that didn't always lead to promising situations. Now we are better in creating and getting promising situations than we were, in my opinion, throughout the whole last season. But the other side is also true that we've conceded 4 against Milan, 1 against the Japanese team, 2 against Bilbao, and again 2 today. And what made us really strong last season was we only won mostly by a margin of 1 goal, and that had mostly to do with us keeping a clean sheet or as a maximum conceding 1 goal. Today we scored twice against Palace last season. We were not able to do that once. We beat them 1-0 and we had a draw 1-1 at Anfield. So that's the positive, but conceding 2 against a good team, by the way, that has made it really difficult for everyone last season, and I'm expecting them this season again. A lot of balls passed into our last line, and a lot of crosses. For me, I felt that we didn't give away that many chances till they scored the 2-2. Then they were threatening us more.
Hi, Arne. What was your message to the team at full time? Obviously, when you go 2-1 up, and then it goes back to 2-2, but at full time, and you know it's going to be decided through penalties. What was your message to the team then?
Before we took the penalties?
Yeah.
There was not a big message. It was just making sure that everybody was calm and not distracted. So to take their penalty, and it was quite clear which 5 were going to take it. So then it was only the following order that we had to decide. And that's what we did. And then it's, for the players to get their focus for the penalty, and that's what they did. It was quite clear from the first second who would take it. There was no distraction. But that didn't lead to us scoring all 5.
Hi, Arne. The tribute to Diogo was sadly obviously cut short by a minority of Palace fans. Were you disappointed? Were you saddened by what happened there?
No, I'm a positive person, and if I look at the respect that has been paid to them both from everywhere around the world, this is what I have in my head, and then I think this must be. I don't think this was planned, or this was the idea of the fan that made some noise. Maybe he wasn't aware of the fact that it was the minute of silence. He was just still happy and tried to cheer for his team, and I think then the fans of Palace were trying to calm that person or those persons down. So I don't think he had a bad intention, the guy or people that made noise. Then they tried to calm him down, but that was a bit noisy as well. And then our fans reacted on, hey, what's happening here? So I don't think there's a bad intention to it, because the fans of Crystal Palace and everywhere around the world has paid huge respect to Diogo and Andre. And this was, I think, unlucky, or I can't find the right words, but I don't think there was a bad intention in it. And we will see Friday when Bournemouth come to our stadium how respectful that's going to happen, because then it's also 1.5 months ago, I think, 5 weeks ago. So that's why maybe this fan who was just so happy for them to be here in the Charity Shield, that he forgot in a second.
Arne, you obviously are creating more chances, like you say, but you've conceded more goals. So how do you get that balance? Because there was 4 debutants playing today. There've been new signings made. So how do you strike that balance between attack and defence?
Yeah, we've indeed replaced 4 players, and that sometimes you need some time either to adapt offensively, either to adapt defensively. But against Bilbao, we didn't concede one chance at all, maybe one, I don't know, but we've conceded 2 set pieces, which are also a big part of football, but that's not from open play. I don't feel we conceded that much today, but again, conceded 2 goals because the first big chance they got that resulted in the penalty. Maybe I forget a few chances, but it felt to me that in the 78th minute, that was their second big chance of the game. But in general, there were not many chances because they went to a low block. We had a lot of ball possession. And but after the 2-2 they had. So it needs maybe a little bit of adjustment defensively at the moment because we don't concede a lot of chances, but we do concede goals at the moment.
Hi Arne, just on Hugo Ekitike. What did you make of his performance as a whole, and what will a goal so early in his Liverpool career do for him?
I think it's always nice to score a goal, not only for him, also for Jeremy Frimpong, if you start your career at a new club. But it would have been even nicer to win a game of football because I think that's more important than scoring a goal. But he had a good impact, but he's also an example of a player that came, I think, 1.5, 2 weeks ago in the end of our Asian tour. So for me, with only 3 or 4 days in between the Friday game, it wouldn't be smart to play him 90 minutes because there's not there. Of course, we have Federico, but he's not been with us with the Asian tour as well. So there's not a lot to replace him with. So if he gets an injury at this moment of time, that would be a big risk for the Bournemouth, Newcastle, and Arsenal game. So that's why I took him off. But he had a good game today, that's for sure.
Thank you, guys.